Good morning. I'm just leaving Portloe. A bit of an abrupt end to yesterday's walk. I got into Portloe about 6:10. There was a restaurant, hotel, pub, bar there. Stopped for a drink and I just kind of physically crashed. It was because I didn't start till 11 o'clock yesterday because of the ferries. The first 11 miles I really just kept going. I think I stopped 3 times maybe for about 5 minutes, and then you get to Nare's Head. That's a tough climb, and then there's 2 more big ones afterwards. See it. These quite warm mornings when I see them paddleboarding in that like crystal clear water, I get jealous. I want to try it. I've never tried it. I looked at how much they were. They're about 200 quid for a sort of half decent. I think they're inflatable ones. It does look cool. Just at the Carhays estate now. The cafe's open there, everything else is closed. But it's a long walk into here. It surprised me how difficult it was. I'm glad I stayed at Portloe. I'm just going to take the time today and I end up where I end up. I'm just looking over the castle with Carhays. It's not a real castle, I think it's one of these later builds that they tried to make look like castles, but it certainly wasn't for defensive reasons. But it's a lovely area, it's a nice place. There's Dodding Point up there. Can't see no matter how far I walk, I don't seem to get any closer. It's the one downside to the coast path. You can see long distances ahead where you're going. It does feel like a long way. Just come around the headland, I got my first view of Gorin Haven. I thought it was going easy. I got one last sting in the tail. The coast path never gives it to you easy. Taking a seat here in this lovely little area. I think this is called Chapel Point. That's very nice up there, that is. But it's the first time I've been able to see for absolutely miles. So this over here, I think is St Austell and Parr. I can just see Gribbons Point there. There's a white and red striped tower over there, which means Foy is just to the right of it. That's for tomorrow night. The plan is to try and go over the Foy ferry to Pool Run. There's a campsite there, and then you can see right the way around. I don't know what the furthest point I can see is there. That's either Devon or Rame Head, I think it is, before Plymouth. If it is, that's probably trying to be looking at camp in 3 days' time. Just coming into, I think it's Port Meron or something. And then Mevagessi's there, the harbour town. You can see along the hilltop, looks like another one of these places that's slowly being overtaken by the rich and famous for those houses they build and then live in for a couple of weeks a year. I am all set up now on Pentewan Sands Holiday Park. I didn't actually phone through in the end because I've had no signal on the phone all day. But I just rocked up at 5:30 and they were like, yeah, no problem, £10. We'll show you where you pitch. The place is pretty much empty, so which is good. It's just mostly, well, there's no kids here because it's middle of May, which is a good thing, so it should be quiet tonight. But £10 is a bargain. This is the second time I've stayed at a holiday park on this trip. The first time was on the north coast when I bumped into Chris. I can't remember what the town was, and we stayed at Holiday Park there. But this one's pretty decent. It's got a fish and chip shop over there. There's a bar grill restaurant. There's another bar down there. There's a coffee shop as well. So for £10, it's a proper bargain. I'm quite happy because there's no one near me as well. So I'm real happy with today's walk, with tonight's destination. So it's Pentewan Sands, 2 miles north of Mevagessi. 10 quid. Decent. I've not paid more than 12 quid this whole trip for a campsite. And I know on the north coast I was bumping into people. One person paid 30 quid. I don't know what campsite they stayed on, but 30 quid for a campsite. I think the least I paid on the north side was 5. The most was 18, I think. So I'm going to call it a night for the video tonight and have a quiet night in the bar. It usually is. I know it sounds exaggerated, but I'm usually too tired to drink. I struggle with the third pint at the end of the day. But today was a good, well, the second half was good today. The first half, maybe 7-8 miles, was tough, really tough. But when you get to, I'll just look it up actually. Once you get to Dodman Point, it's quite tough. From Portloe to Dodman Point, it's quite tough. But once you get up to Dodman Point, it really does flatten out for the rest of the day. There's some hills out of Gorenhaven, I think it is. Gorenhaven and Mevagessi, but they're tarmacked roads, so it's not so bad. But it does really flatten out. So I'm going to sign off for the night, and I will see you in the next video.